It's GCNdex, and this is the Professional Mahjong Simulator. Mahjong, an ancient Chinese tile game that dates back to the mid-19th century in its current form, and well before that in older card varieties. It has appeared in its classic style in video games across dozens of different consoles over the past 30 years. Usually, when a Mahjong game comes to the Western world, it's actually a variation, a tile matching game called Mahjong Solitaire, rather than the more traditional form. Today, we take a look at the classic take and try to get competitive in Kiwame Mahjong DX2. Developer Athena had achieved some semblance of success in the 90s with titles such as Dezeman, a series of build-your-own vertical shooters, and the long-running Pro Mahjong Kiwame series. Rather than taking the form of a simple Mahjong entry title that you might find in a game pack on PC, Pro Mahjong lives up to its name in that the games are based on competitive Mahjong tournaments. Kiwame Mahjong DX2 continues this formula and knows that the only reason you're playing is to play Mahjong professionally. Players select their own avatar and name their character, and then play 4-player classic Mahjong against real professional players for cash. Obviously it's a video game, so there's no real cash involved, but the challenge is still very high even if you know what you're doing. Granted, I don't have a very firm grasp on what I'm doing. I fully expected to find a Mahjong Solitaire game, and as someone who previously had no knowledge of Mahjong, it was a fun learning experience to research the different styles of gameplay and the history of the game. This newfound interest, however, didn't really help me to play the game. Even though the main menu choices are in English, the rest of the game is still in Japanese, as is the instruction booklet, and the controls that are provided don't really translate into what they should be in the game. That being said, don't lose out hope if you can't read Japanese and you're dying to be able to play this game. The tournament is available to play in easy mode, and the tiles become color-coded to guide you through victory. If you slow down and pay attention, it's actually a smart and easy way to teach you how to play. It's almost like having a silent guide through each round, pointing out hands to complete and melds to form. This obviously made my experience much more enjoyable, because I started to win, and I won by a lot, and I became much more comfortable with Mahjong as a whole. For anyone with an interest in classic Mahjong and access to a Japanese GameCube, Kiwame Mahjong DX2 is worth your time. If you don't already have the required components, however, I don't know that it's worth the energy. I myself never even would have known about the game if I weren't working on this project, and it was also the final Mahjong title that Athena ever released. There weren't any other Mahjong titles released for the GameCube, so Kiwame Mahjong DX2 will remain the singular entry in the library to feature this ancient tile game. That is it for this week's episode of GCNdex. If you enjoy the videos every week, consider backing us on Patreon. Even $1 a month will do a lot to support the project and help improve the experience. It's entirely up to you. Either way, please continue to show your support by subscribing, sharing, following along on Twitter at GCNdex and at GCNdex.com. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time when we grab the pigskin again with Madden NFL 2003.